What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of FIFA Ultimate Team Show. In this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about formation, and we're going to be talking about custom tactics. I'm going to be talking about what works for me. Of course, as in my previous episode, I always say, do not copy somebody's tactics in full. Find out what works for you. So I'll give you my point of view. You figure out what works for you. Let's start off. Before we do, let's see what we sold on the transfer list. Wow, look at my little leprechauns, eh? It's like a fire sale. 12, 13. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, let's just clear this. Okay, we're off to... let's go to our squad. So, first off, the kind of style that I play is your typical passing game. I don't counterattack... like I said, I don't. Counterattacking is like racing while doped. Everybody plays it. Toodles to you. I'm not judging anybody. However, I just find it more interesting playing a bit of a possession game, and counterattacking when the opportunity is there. I guess we're gonna call it the dilly ding dilly dong style of play. TAKA is officially dead. On comes dilly ding dilly dong. Let's see how that works out for us. So. First off, formations, different types of formation. This is the formation I prefer, okay? Your typical famous formations, I guess, that everybody uses is your 4-1, 4-1-2-1-2s, of course, the 4-3-3s, various occasions of 4-3-3s. Let's just find them over here. No, this is not a decent one. Okay, right here, this is one of the formations that a lot of people are using. Absolutely amazing formation, 4-3-1-2. The reason I don't use 4-3-1-2 or the other 4-1-2-1-2 is because there's no wings, okay? A lot of your fast players are your left wings, right wings, or left midfields, right midfield. So if you take a look at this particular formation, you got 3 center midfields. Although you'll find good center midfields, the issue is usually center midfielders are not as fast as your wingers, right? So the reason I like to stay away from this formation is typically because of your left midfields, right midfields, your left wingers, right wingers, right? You need that pace down the wing sometimes, to get out of the pressing situation or whatever it is. So amazing formation. I used to use it for a very long time. However, I chose to kind of switch away and utilize the wings a little bit more. Another formation that a lot of people are using... the 4-3-2-1, yes, not too many, but a lot of people are using it. Of course, your 4-3-3s. This is your typical counter-attacking style of play, 4-3-3s, 4-3-3-2, 4-3-3-3. It really depends on who you play. Amazing formation for counter-attacking. So for all of you that are choosing counter-attacking as your option, this is your ballpark right here. Figure out what works for you and do you, boo-boo. Okay, let's go over to the 4, let's see. Another amazing formation, 4-2-2-2. Beautiful formation. You got the 2 center defending midfields, protects you from counterattacking. Again, same issue. You have no wings, right? So you need that pace. You need that, Let's go. No, not this one. Moving on. Here you go. This is another one of the famous used formations. Again, same reason. You don't have any wings. You don't have your left midfields, right midfields. Although they are like them, but however, it's that pace that I was talking about that you always need. And in this game, we all know that speed is everything. So here's my formation. Okay, this is the formation that I absolutely love using. It is amazing for possession. It's still good for counterattacking. You can use it for a variety of reasons. You'll notice. Step 1, you gotta have yourself a little Claudio Ranieri, okay? So in order for your dilly din dilly dong formation to work, style of play, you gotta have Claudio. That man, I love that man. He's a loose cannon. So you'll notice here that our team is amazing. We have a title contesting team here. Maybe not so much. Perhaps if it was an all-you-can-eat contest or something, we would have a chance. We have Benteke up there. But as far as the title, I don't know. Of course, Koscielny, complete beast. I always keep him on my team. I love Benteke. He's amazing. Inform card, I think it's rated 84. I use him on my other team. Complete beast in the air, shot, everything. So I use him in my other team, but the inform one. So let's go over to the most important players. Your center defending mid, this guy right here, absolutely amazing. If you look on the left, his stats. I love my center defending mids to have pace. Okay, reason why, that's your first line of defense. Okay, when people start counterattacking you, this is your guy that will stop it. This is your guy that will chase that ball, cover up the space. So this is your first guy back. I love when my center defending mids have the pace. I don't particularly care too much about the defending. So Conte, for one, is probably one of the best center defending mids in this game. I love him. He's fast. His pace is over 80. Once you lose that ball on the final third of the pitch, that guy just sprints right back, and he usually saves my ass a lot of times. Second guy that I actually use and abuse is your center attacking mid. I love using Firmino. Love using him from Tadic. Tadic is a beast, people. Can't tell you how many times he paled me. So these are the guys that I really looking forward for the pace, your shooting, your passing, and whatnot. Passing is extremely important because I do choose to play the TAKA, right? I like to utilize my strikers. What I do with my strikers, a lot of people that play counterattacking, they always, when you go on your player role, so not player role, sorry, when you go to your player instructions, okay, on the left, what they do, they always go over here, sorry, they get attacking runs are always getting behind. What I do for my style of play, because like I said, I like to play, well, since TAKA is dead, I like to play dilly ding, dilly dong. I always make one of my strikers get in behind and one of my strikers to be a target man. I like to use strikers that one of them is fast, the other one is big. Reason why I do that, the big guy I always use as the target man. The fast guy, I always set him up. So for instance, if this was me, I would set Benteke as a target man. I would also set him up to stay central, okay? And I would select my faster striker to be balanced with and to get in behind. Reason why, if I'm attacking, I want one of them to make those runs, draw the defense. So if I have to cross the ball in the middle of the 18-yard box, guess who's waiting for the ball? Benteke, and this guy's stats, let's look at him. Physical 84, shooting 79, still a decent pace. So this is the guy that will be waiting in the box for the cross. So it's reason I do it. I used to do the both guys getting behind. The reason I changed it is once you get to your top two tiers and your weekend leagues, some people defend their defensive skills are absolutely amazing, out of this world. So what I do, once I get up to the 18, sometimes you just simply, they will not give you a second to shoot. So what I do, I'll drift wide and I'll try crossing the ball in the middle. Listen, not the greatest style of playing. However, sometimes when you play that amazing team and the guy's defensive skills are absolutely amazing, perhaps that little bit of luck and that heading capability from Benteke can kind of bail you out. So those are the most important things. Also, I make, let's not switch that. What I do, so let's go over to the player instructions. So we'll make one of the strikers to stay central, will be our target man. The other striker, we're going to have him do the balance with and get him behind. My center attacking mid, I always set him up to come back on defense. Why? Again, you're going to be playing counter-attacking teams, right? So you want to make sure that those guys hustle back as soon as possible. I'll do the same thing for my left midfield, okay? I'll do the, come on, let's go. We're going to come back on defense, and we're going to set this guy up as well, the right midfield, to come back on defense. Now, as far as the chance creation, I keep him balanced with balance support because, I don't know, I like to mix it up a little bit. I'm not, like, shallow-minded, just one style of attack and play. And because it is a dilly-ding, dilly-dong style of play, passing the ball around, sometimes I do need him to cut inside, sometimes I do need him to stay wide. It's a variety, right? So I like to keep that variety. And, of course, we're going to set up our center defending mid to stay back while attacking. Now, make sure your left backs and your right back is always stay back while attacking. This can hurt you really, really bad. I can't tell you how many times I got hurt where my left back, right back goes up. Next thing you know, you lose the ball on top of the 18, and here they come full force, and your right back and left backs are signing autographs on their pitch. So moving over, so there's our basic play instructions, of course. Let's go over to custom tactics. Now, when it comes to custom tactics, speed number one. Your speed, basically, I'm going to explain this just because a lot of people seem to have a hard time understanding how this works. The build-up play, basically, imagine you losing the ball, imagine you getting the ball on your side of the half. So your speed is kind of what will get your team out of there, right? Your speed build-up play. So I like to usually put my speed about 70. Okay, your counter-attacking teams, you guys will be somewhere in like 80s, 90s because you just want that, the fireness, click, 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 boom, 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 getting out of there. I like speed because I want him to get out of there, but I still don't want him, crazy rushing because I want to be able to pass the ball around. Your passing, basically, if you're playing possession game, your passing should be somewhere around 20. I choose my passing to be somewhere around 40. Reason why? Because when they're 20, players stay kind of close to each other. Anybody with a little bit of experience in defending, they'll be able to intercept that ball in a heartbeat. So what I like to do is I like to put it at somewhere up to 40. I like to keep my position organized, not free form. Your chance creation. So the next three things: your passing, crossing, shooting. What that is, this is basically on the last third of the pitch. So this is in front of your opponent's net, okay? So when it comes to passing, this tells you your players to come on top of the hitting for that, for the shooting opportunities on your opponent. So I like to put my passing somewhere around 66 or so. Okay, so let's bring it up to 66. Crossing. Now, like I said, I don't play the crossing game. However, sometimes when you play these, level 1, level 2, your weekend league, sometimes you're going to have to be that guy that crosses the ball to try to get the 3 points, okay? And we all know how important those 3 points are, okay? And no matter what you say, no matter that's not the right way to play, I'll bet you all of us have done it. I probably will do it against a team that's, perhaps even something whooping my ass. So why not get the 3 points, go crazy on defending, park the bus, build a wall, do whatever you got to do. So I'm going to put the crossing over to 25. So I still want to have some crossing capabilities, okay? And but I'm not going to kind of overload it. Now, your shooting. Shooting, I like to set to 55. Reason I like to set at 55 and not higher, again, is simply because once you get to those upper divisions, again, I keep talking about upper divisions. When you play lower divisions, you can do whatever you want to do. You'll get the win just by playing smart. Now, your shooting and passing, that's your top 18. I like to put shooting at 55 just because sometimes well-defending teams will not give you a split second on top of the 18-yard box to shoot that ball. So you got to utilize a little bit of passing, a little bit of shielding of the ball. So this is your creativity on their 18, okay? So this is my setup. Try it out. Tweak it out if you have to. Do whatever you got to do, okay? But this is what I use at this time. Your pressure. This is your back line, your defensive line, okay? So your defensive line, I like to set it somewhere at 40. Reason why, counter-attacking. I don't want my defenders to be too far away from my goalkeeper. Reason why, so they can't blast the ball, in between them. So at 40, it'll give you that good balance where the goalkeeper can come out, and yet they're not going to try putting the ball behind your defenders simply because there's not enough space there. Your aggression, depending how I like to press the play, I usually don't bother pressing the play until they come into my half. Reason why, I like to get the ball in my half, so if there is a chance for a quick counterattack, that I can actually execute it in 1-2 passes, right? Pressing them in their half, even if you win the ball, what are you going to do with it? You can't do too much unless you're a really skilled player. All his players are already in his half, so pressing him in his half and gaining the ball, I usually just bring it back. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing the whole pressing on my half of the pitch. So at least this way, if I got it, I can organize my attack, or if there is a quick opportunity for counterattack, I can counterattack it. My team width, I keep it balanced. I keep it at 50. Reason why I keep it at 50 is because, again, once you get up to the higher level divisions, what happens is you're going to have to stretch the play. You're going to have to utilize the wings. I can't tell you how many times I went back and forth between the wingers just to kind of open up the play. Opening up the play because they cover every single passing lane. By me switching the play, their whole defensive line kind of shifts and usually leaves one of my guys in the middle open. So then I'll bring it back to the middle, use the wings, do whatever you got to do, through ball. So I like using my width. I really do like it just to release some pressure, okay? That's it. That's my custom tactics right now. The only other thing I would like to mention, let's get out of here. The only other thing I like to mention, your right mid and your left mid, extremely important. Speed is the number one. So you can see Ayu, he's at 78, and we can see Niang, he's at 89. He's a decent. I like to use guys that are high 80s and low 90s, for instance. Reason why, when they pressure you, you get the ball to them, run it on the wing, stop if you have to come back. But what it does, it releases the pressure. Okay, it allows him to stop covering those passing lines. Okay, And that's it. That's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. There's my formation. There's my custom tactics and a little bit of hints. I hope you find it helpful. And this is it. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.